Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I'm reaching out to my Linux student. Okay, students, this is for my CIS 118 students, and I want to send you an update on what you need to be able to complete once you enter in your course. You know the classes start on the 17th, so I am hopeful that you will jump in there on the 17th and be gone. Okay, enough of the shenanigans. Let's move forward. So you won't see my face in this. All I want to do is just highlight the very important points that you need to know to get up and going. You know that you are part of a CIS 118 Linux operating system class. The first thing I want you to know about this particular class is this is a class connected to several other classes, meaning that if you complete the CIS 118, the natural progression would be to go to CIS 218 and then CIS CNS 228, CIS CNS 238. This will give you your first Linux credentials. Well, let me change that. The class will give you your first Linux credentials, but as you complete this, you will get what we call a micro certification. Now, what these micro certifications does is lead you up into employment in what we like to say, the real world, the working world. So I want you guys to definitely look at this and read this information. It's just not a one class situation, it's a multiple class situation. So I just want you to know that. Now, I do want you to email me and tell me if you're going to go get all four of them so you can get the certificate out of the class. I'm interested in knowing that because I want to promote employment. One of the things I'm doing this year is focusing on students getting employed. So go look at this, shoot me an email and tell me, yeah, Professor, I'm going to go for all four of them. So I know how many people in the classes that's actually going to go for all four of them. And just send it to my regular college email account. So just to give you more information on this, just make sure you read through this clearly so you can understand what is required. But it's not just a one class, it's a multiple class. Now, of course, if you finish this class here, Linux operating system, which you in, you will definitely have Linux skills. You'll be able to use a Linux computer and do many things with Linux. But we hopeful that you looking to get employed. And let's say, for example, let me give you a scenario. Let's say, for an example, you in the nursing department or you in some other department where having this skill, Linux skill, makes you a heavyweight, because if you're a nurse and you working in one of these hospitals around the country, you will notice that if you need to have a side hustle and make some extra money, you can apply for employment to do the Linux work at that particular hospital while you're a nurse. That will be off the chain, if you know what I mean when I say that. That will be great. So just let me know. Send me an email and say, hey, Professor, I'm not going to go for all of them. Or, hey, Professor, yes, I'm going to go get all of them. Because I want you to understand, in these first two classes here, we're going to introduce you to Linux from a point of view of Ubuntu and Linux from a point of view of Kali. These are two distributions that we use a lot. And then in these second two groups, we're going to introduce you to Red Hat. So when you start learning about Linux, you're going to learn that there are many different distributions, and these are the powerful distributions that we're going to introduce you to. Okay, enough with that, but shoot me an email and let me know. Now, when you enter your course on the 17th, hopefully you will dig deep into your course portal. Now, when you hear me say the word portal, I'm talking about this here, or I'm talking about the other portal I'm going to introduce you to. Make sure you click on the content section, because that right there is where you will begin to learn all the information. You're going to have a Zoom meeting there where you can meet with me on Tuesdays 11 to 12. Or if you need to meet with me another time, just shoot me an email and we'll set up a meeting. You have your syllabi in there. Make sure you go through the syllabi. It is extremely important that you go through this syllabi. Some people bypass this. This is going to tell you everything you need to know about the class, your lessons, when you got to do it, etc., etc., etc. So make sure you go through your list, your syllabus. And also view this section here because it is extremely important. So that's your syllabus, and you will have another link in content. Remember, I'm still on the content section. You'll have another link in here where you'll go do all your work. This course is developed by Cisco, one of the greatest organizations out there that has to do with IT. So Cisco Net Academy, once you get in here, you are a part of the Cisco Net Academy family, and you're going to love this. Oh, you're going to love this. But let's move on. Your discussion question in here. Now, if you reviewed that email I sent out earlier, here's your discussion question. It's going to be the same thing. You're just going to give me information about what you think about the IT world. Then you're going to have assignments, and I'm going to explain how to do the assignments. But remember, you must upload your assignments here. I'm pretty much going to have these all open so you can upload your assignments at will. But make sure you upload your assignments because I'm going to need them. Now, it's something that I have in here because we have a day when we will drop people from the class if they don't get in here and do things. I have a syllabus quiz. Make sure that's the second or first thing you do because this here will keep you in the class. So go in there, do this syllabus quiz real quick. So what that means is you have to review your syllabus, then you come and take the quiz. And that way I'll know that you are conscious that you in class and doing your work and don't drop you. Please, please don't get dropped. If you know any students who know me, they know I do not mess with the college. When they say something has to be done, I do it. Now, the next thing that's important is you will be checking your grades. In your grade section, it's just going to tell you all the grades that you have. I am a stickler for putting grades in on time. So if you given a time to do it and you don't do it, you're going to see a grade in there you may not like. You will see that. But I get the grades in on time because I want you to know exactly when you got work to do. So take a look at your grades. So that covers this first part. But now you know that to do your work, we're going to go into that in the second part. So I'm going to pause here and come back, and we're going to talk about the second part of the work that you have to do. Okay, we're back. Now let's deal with the second part of it. So you went in, you reviewed the entire portal, which is your D2L portal, and you looked around and you saw that, hey, I understand what I need to do. But hey, professor, how do I get to the work that I need to do, the assignments that I need to click? You're going to come back to content, and you're going to click on what it says, Cisco Net Academy. Remember, it's only 3 sections in here. You're going to go down here and click on Cisco Net Academy, and that's going to give you a link that you will click on. Once you click on that link, voila, you in Cisco Net Academy. Now, try your best when you do this to use the links. I know that you're going to receive an email from Cisco stating you in the class, etc., etc., etc. But when you go and do your work in here, go through the actual class, your portal D2L, to go to here. This way I know it won't be any mistakes, you won't have any problems, and everything should be good. Once you come here to sign in, you're going to be able to click on that login, and once you do that, you'll be able to log into your class. As you can see, I'm already here, but a login screen going to come up for you when you log in on a consistent basis. Now that you in Linux, All you have to do now, don't pay attention to all this other stuff. Your screen gonna look entirely different. You just gonna have one course in there. So if you see all this and then you say, hey professor, I don't have all that. Calm down. Okay, so now don't pay attention to all this in here because this is me teaching multiple classes. When you come in here, you're going to see a class, Linux operating system, and you'll be in here ready to go. So I'm going to click on that. Now, in your particular portal, you're just going to see one class. Once you receive the information from me, it's just going to be one class. You do what you have to do to log in, and you're okay. You probably haven't received it yet, but it's coming to a theater near you. So check your emails. Now, so just look in your Oakton email or your personal email, depending on what you have connected to Oakton. If you have your personal email, it will come to you in your personal email. If you don't have your personal email, it will come to you in your Oakton email, but you will receive a link from Cisco letting you know you're part of the Cisco Networking Academy, and read the information and fill out the information. But if you have a problem, reach out to me. When you come in here, you will notice all the different information in here that you have to read through and work through. Now, in your syllabus, it's going to explain everything, so make sure you review your syllabus. I'm just trying to get you up to par. So you're going to have labs, you're going to have packet tracers, you're going to have discussion questions. All that is laid out in your syllabus, but read it. But the first thing you got to do is get in here. Now, if I click on Module 1 right here, you're going to see Chapter 1. You click on Chapter 1, it will teleport you to where you will do your work. And this will be the screen. People, we're doing everything in here. So you can't call me up or email me and say, hey, professor, what should I do? Everything. Even though it's an 8-week class, everything. So when you get in here, all you have to do is read the information. This is going to explain Linux. Over here is going to explain what you have to do. So as you read, you will be doing. So if you notice right now, it's just something you have to read. You click the next one. It may ask you to type some over on this screen here. You click the next one, and then here you go, more information. And you go on and on and on. Now, this here is just the book part of it, telling you everything. You're reading through the information. But you have another part. If I click back over here and I go to 2, you're going to notice in Chapter 2, you got the book part and you got an exam. Yes, you will do every exam. Read the syllabus, people. And then you go to Chapter 3 and you got another book and you got the exam, the 3rd chapter. You go to 4 and you're going through the same thing. So you get the situation. But at some point, you're going to have a lab in here to do. And once you click on that lab, this is what I'm looking for. Yes, it will be step by step breaking down what you have to do in Linux. Do it all. All of this needs to be completed. So make sure you complete it. Everything. So as you see, it's going to explain what you're going to do. You're going to click next. Then it's going to show you exactly what you see over here and explain it. Then it's going to ask you to do a command. So you're going to come over here, click over here, and type that command in. And there you go. What you see here, you're going to see here. And sometimes it may not be the same thing, but you get the point. Just make sure, people, you do everything in here. Now, one of the things that's going to be extremely important is as you proceed up, doing all of the work. I'm not going to type everything in here because you're going to do it. Once you get to that first one, I need you to give me a screenshot. Now, I'm going to let you decide how to get a screenshot, but I use an application called Snipping Tool, and I just click on that, and then I just get a screenshot of this here that I completed my work because I want to show the professor. And I name that screenshot so the professor can have it. I save it, I name it, and then I upload it where the lab should be uploaded. Simple process, but if you run into any problems, reach out to me so you'll know how to get those labs to me. Okay, that's important. And then you're going to continue on. Now, you may have to do this 2 or 3 times to get all the information in so I can see it and compare it to what you have completed. So some students like to do this. They like to take a screenshot, put it in a document, in a Word document, and then they'll go and finish some more work, take the other screen, put it in a Word document, and all they do is upload the Word document to me so I can see that they did the work and check it off. Okay, so that is Cisco. That's all you have to do. It's nothing else that you have to worry about. You in the learning lesson, so you will be okay. You have your lesson here, you learning. Now, if you come to your syllabi, let's go take a look at the syllabi. You come to the syllabi, and one of the things you're going to learn in your syllabi is all the material that I have to receive to know you completed the work. It's important that you do that. You're going to come in your syllabi, you're going to learn about how you grade it, and from there, you're going to go down and you're going to begin to see what assignments you have to do. This will tell you everything I should receive. So on the first week, no labs, and then you got chapter exams. So you're going to read chapter 1, chapter 2. You don't have any labs, and you're going to make sure you do your chapter 1 and 2 exams. You will have, well, chapter exams. Whatever exams in there, you want to make sure you do all of them. And then the same thing for week 2, you're going to have 3 chapters, etc., etc., etc. You will have a midterm and you will have a final. Just make sure that you thoroughly go through your syllabus. Now, there's nothing else I want to say about this particular class, but I want you to be conscious of reviewing everything in this class. Do not be that student who don't do everything. In this particular section here, this is going to tell you exactly what you should leave this class with. You should know all of these commands with no problem. And these commands alone is enough to give you knowledge of Linux. Okay, people, so a couple of things that we need to point out. One, make sure you go through your portal D2L seriously. 2, make sure you do your discussion question that's in here and respond to other students. 3, make sure you knock out that syllabus quiz so I can make sure that I keep you in the class. And if you have some problems, let me know. And I think we had 4. 4, make sure you go into your Linux class and do your work. You will receive, let me say that again, you will receive an email, Netacad, saying, hey, you've been accepted in the class. Do the work. This is Professor Sistrunk, and I hope that this information helped you, and I will see you in the class.